This week, I found myself in a conversation with a group of project managers, and the discussion turned into one of those classic debates. When do you escalate an issue, and when do you let it play out? It was one of those moments where you see just how differently people perceive risk. I had been watching a few things unfold in our project over the past few weeks. Subtle issues, nothing major yet, but definitely patterns starting to emerge. A slight misalignment in priorities here, a communication gap there. Small things, but I could feel the weight of them building. So as I sat with my peers, I brought up what I had observed, curious to see their reactions. One of them responded immediately, saying, "We need to escalate this right now before it turns into something bigger." Another took a more measured approach and said, "Maybe we observe for another 2 weeks and see how it plays out." And then there was the third response, someone who shrugged and said, "I don't think this is a big issue. It looks like the project team figuring out their way of working. I don't think it will impact the project. It should go well soon." That moment made me realize the same situation, the same project, but three completely different perspectives. Some saw risk early and wanted immediate action. Others saw it as something natural that would work itself out. And then there were those who weren't convinced it was a risk at all. And it made me think about my own tendencies. I've always been someone who sits with a problem for a while, analyzes it, and tries to work through a solution before making noise about it. If I escalate, I want to be sure that what I'm bringing up is real. Not just noise, not just a passing concern, but something that truly requires attention. For many introverts, that's the challenge. We don't want to be the ones to create chaos. We'd rather figure things out quietly, work through solutions, and only bring something forward when we're confident that it's a real issue. We hesitate because we don't want to escalate prematurely, but sometimes that means we escalate too late. The real challenge isn't just about knowing when to escalate. It's about developing a radar for risk. It's about understanding which signals truly matter, which concerns deserve immediate action, and which ones are simply part of the natural project noise. I've learned that escalation isn't about reacting, it's about leading. It's about recognizing when something requires intervention before it turns into a crisis. If you wait too long, you've lost the window where a solution was still possible. But if you escalate everything, people stop listening. So here's what I've found to be true. If the issue has a direct impact on timelines, budgets, or key deliverables, escalate. If it's a pattern you've seen play out multiple times before, escalate. If it's beyond your control to resolve and you need a decision, escalate. But if it's something that's still forming, if it's something that your team has multiple paths to resolve, or if the risk is still purely theoretical, sometimes the best action is to wait, observe, and guide. What I've also learned is that how you escalate matters just as much as when you do it. Instead of bringing problems, bring solutions. Instead of vague concerns, bring facts. Instead of raising alarms, frame the conversation as a leadership decision. Executives and stakeholders don't want panic, they want clarity. They want to know what's at stake, what the options are, and what decision they need to make. This is especially important for introverts. When we do choose to speak up, we need to make it count. We may not be the loudest voices in the room, but our words carry weight when they are well thought out and backed by strong reasoning. So if you've ever hesitated before escalating, you're not alone. It's natural to want to be sure before raising an issue. But leadership isn't about waiting until a problem is undeniable. It's about recognizing patterns, understanding risk, and stepping in at the right moment. I've learned that my instinct to analyze before acting is a strength, but only if I balance it with the ability to move forward when it matters. That balance is what separates those who watch problems unfold from those who lead through them. If you've ever struggled with knowing when to escalate, or if you tend to overthink decisions, I've put together something to help. My Introvert's 4C decision-making framework is now available on Kindle. It's a structured, step-by-step guide to help you make confident decisions, whether it's about escalation, leadership, or any critical choice in your career. And if you're looking for instant guidance, meet Coach Ivy, your AI-powered leadership companion. Designed with decades of project management experience, it's here whenever you need help navigating tough situations. Let's keep leading, learning, and making decisions that matter.